Critical Blast, where pop culture gets blasted.
Welcome out there, all you Critical Blast readers. We're going to try something a little bit different today, and we are reviewing Freedom Fighters #1 from DC Comics. The Resistance is here. Now, I want to say I'm a huge fan of the Freedom Fighters. Back in the 70s when they had their own miniseries, they were on Earth X. It was an Earth where the Nazis had won World War II, and they were fighting back against them and the Silver Ghost. And I even have the Justice League of America issues where we first meet them, when it was one of those annual Justice League, Justice Society interdimensional crossovers, the likes of which we now get annually from the CW shows, which I love very, very much. So what we see here on the cover here from Eddie Barrow is a poster of Uncle Sam, and he's got painting on him that this guy's painting. And if you look at it closely, you think maybe that's a fist. That's not a fist, because you can still see a little bit of the finger up here and up here. That's Uncle Sam flipping the bird, and we can assume he's flipping the bird to the Nazis, who have won. And this Nazi regalia sign that's being done here is also on the back of the guy who's painting over it. He's painting out the finger. He's painting over the offensive image. And what we find is that's the first panel of the comic is the cover. I like that. Watchmen used to do that. It was a nice little transition to get you right from the cover and into the story. But then we see that as he finishes painting it, he starts to rip it off and complaining about the people who did it. And we see under the poster was a mural of Adolf Hitler himself. And this is November 22nd, 1963. So it's been a while since the war's been over, and they have taken over America. And there's obviously resistance still to the Nazis taking over. Question is, where did he get the paint? Because he's got a bucket of water and a mop. And why did he bother painting over it in the first place if he was just gonna rip it down? It seems kind of counterproductive to me. I'm not exactly sure why somebody would do that. I would think he would just rip it down if it was that offensive. It's certainly the most expedient way to do it. And then we find this little secret society is watching out the window as he does this, and they're meeting with mysterious people who we find out are the Human Bomb, Black Condor, and one of my personal heroes, Jesse Owens, a real historical figure who won the gold medal in the Olympics, which were held in Nazi Germany at the time. So it was a nice big FU to the Nazis at that moment, that not only an American, but a black American proved himself to be superior to their master race. And he's going to be a central figure in all of this. We have the Human Bomb, we have Doll Man, we do have already the Black Condor we've noticed. We've already said that Phantom Girl, or Phantom Lady rather, and one of the other freedom fighters, the Ray, has been killed. So they start off their little meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance, complete with under God and indivisible, before they start getting into their plans for destroying a Nazi robot factory. And as they're talking about how they're going to infiltrate and get things done, the flag that they're standing in front of starts to get kind of real funky-fied. And I looked at that the first time like, what the hell is going on with that flag and why is that image there? Then I start to see, oh, it's forming a great big hand. Maybe Uncle Sam is getting ready to come out of the flag. But no, it's the Plastic Men. And it's not just one, there's a whole squadron of them. So they are there, they've infiltrated the Freedom Fighters headquarters. They're gonna put the kibosh on this whole thing. And they capture them all. Don't want to scan the whole book here, so. And then 3 days later, it's all over for the Freedom Fighters. They've been put out, and Uncle Sam, rendered here much in the way that he was in the Alex Ross Uncle Sam miniseries of several years back, looking kind of like a homeless man, aghast at the state of the world around him. He's just, he can't believe what he's seeing, and they're getting ready to broadcast this execution for the next 7 days on television. And while he's watching this, the Plastic Men come for him, and oh, he's all jingoistic. You want one last piece of apple pie? and he's punching these plastic guys who feel no pain because they're stretchable in plastic. And then he does an Obi-Wan Kenobi on them. They strike him down, and he's gone just for the clothes, but he's going to come back even stronger. So we move forward in time. 55 years later, the buildings are nice, the grass is green, the trees are blooming, everyone looks happy, which would seem to be odd under, Nazi-ruled America. You would think it would be a little bit more dystopic than that. And here's a Nazi general going in to do a celebration tour of the museum of when America died. But kaboom, there's a terrorist attack. And who is it? Hey, it's the guy who's supposed to have died 55 years ago. It's a human bomb, but it's a new human bomb, and it's a new set of freedom fighters. So we have a new Phantom Lady, a new human bomb, a new Black Condor, and let's get real close in on there because we have a new doll woman. I'll get to her in a little bit here, but we have people who remember America before the Nazis took over. They were kids. They're all happy and smiling. It looks like Jonathan and Martha Kent here greeting this new Black Condor, who is now black. So we have a Black Condor. But before we can get too far with them, the Sentinels show up. Oh wait, no, this is a DC comic. So this is not a Sentinel, this is some other exterminating robot. And of course he's Nazi in nature. He's got a little stylized swastika on his chest. And he has to end his programmed responses with Heil Hitler. So we'll see if our heroes survive the first issue of their 12-issue maxi series. Overall, not a bad piece of work from Venditti and Barrows. I've got to say I was a tad bit concerned when I saw Freedom Fighters was coming out because I know they're going to fight Nazis, and they should be fighting Nazis. That's their whole reason for existence on a world. And again, this is still Earth X, where the Nazis won World War II. But with comic books lately and society in general, it just seems to be where you can define anyone you want to be as a Nazi and punch them. And I was real concerned that there were going to be lesser distinct allegories in this comic book. I was glad to see that we were fighting literal Nazis with Nazi regalia from Nazi Germany 1944, who had just taken a different course in history. This is one I can get behind. I definitely recommend this one. 12-issue maxi series, which hopefully means they're either going to defeat the Nazis or we'll have enough story to go into an ongoing series where it can be a never-ending battle. Either one I am good with if they can keep up this quality of storytelling and artwork. So kudos to you guys. If you like this kind of thing, let us know. We have a subscribe button here on this YouTube channel. And of course, visit us at criticalblast.com. We will embed everything there and do some more write-up around this video to get a little bit more into detail on how we feel about the book. And do hit the bell for notifications. We will try to do these videos more frequently if this is the kind of content you like. Thank you very much.